Before doing this stat farm, I recommend getting some prerequisite pins and threads to make this farm easier. We will be farming against number 1 Dixie Frogs and number 2 Big Band Frogs, which are weak to electric pins. For this, I recommend equipping number 140, Let the Storm Rage On, to the character with the highest attack stat. You can obtain this pin after defeating Minamimoto on week 3 day 4 in the main story, or by defeating number 14 Jelly Germanic on normal mode. This pin has the Psychic Shotgun, which will blow away the frog enemies we will soon be fighting. Then try to equip any electric pins you have, preferably with the Circuit Breaker Psych, to your other players. Some of these pins include number 133, What a Wicked Game, which you can buy at Il Cabo del Rey at Tokyo Plaza for 100,000 yen, or number 135, Lightning in My Hands, which you can obtain in the main story on day 7 double prime after talking to Shiba. You will need threads with the ability Metabo Boost 2, and if you can afford to buy it, Jinx Metabo Boost. These threads will accelerate the decrease of fullness. The following threads have Metabo Boost. Number 223, Tight Denim Skirt, you can buy this at Hog Fang in Center Street. And number 65, Baby's Breath, you can buy this at Koni Koni on O East, and you can only buy one. The following threads have Metabo Boost 2. Number 112, Hippie Dress, which can be bought at Gara Gara, located in Tower Records. And number 161, Lightning Shorts, which can be bought at Jupiter the Monkey on Cat Street. There is only one thread in the game that will grant the Jinx Metabo Boost ability, that is number 260, Christmassy Pants, which you can get at Croaky Panic by trading in 3 Axions and 3 Dialtons, which you should have obtained by playing through the main story at this point. Now this thread will greatly decrease your attack, so I recommend equipping threads to give your characters an attack boost. Personally, I recommend equipping a pair of number 161 Lightning Shorts to 5 of your players if you can afford it, number 65 Baby's Breath to 1 of your players, number 260 Christmassy Pants to 1 of your players, then try to equip threads that will boost your character's attack stat. Another thread I personally recommend to equip to the character with the Psychic Shotgun pin is number 21 Cattle Print Belted Cap, which you can buy at Joel Bacot on Spain Hill. This thread will boost the power of L1 based pins, which matches the input for your equipped pin. With these threads on, you will only need to do a 6-chain reduction to push your character's fullness from completely full to completely empty. Once you have these pins and threads equipped, you're ready to start the farm. So go to Chapter Select and select Week 1 Day 7. You will start at Tower Records. Proceed to the Scramble Crossing after completing the Reaper's request of winning a 2 reduction battle. Once at the Scramble, go to Hachinko Cafe. Hachinko Cafe is in my opinion the best food shop in the game as it houses food with the least amount of calories. Why is this important? Well, since the food at the cafe has very low calories, you can eat a lot of this food before your party gets full, making it efficient for farming a single stat. Additionally, since you are able to consume a lot more meals before reaching 100% fullness, you are giving yourself more chances to receive tasty bonuses. You want to buy foods with the least amount of calories that your players enjoy the most. You've probably noticed at this point that players have different reactions to the foods they receive. If players express that they really like the food, you'll get a chance to receive a big tasty bonus. A tasty bonus is where a random stat will be selected on the player receiving the bonus, and that stat will be boosted by a set number of points on top of the stat increase from the food that the player is consuming. If the player hates the food, you will have no chance of getting a tasty bonus. If the player likes the food, you will have a chance to get a tasty bonus. If the player really likes the food, you'll have a chance of getting a big tasty bonus. Now, tasty bonuses are random, but it's still worth the trouble of fishing for them as it will save you time in the farming process. Plus, there's a chance that the tasty bonus will increase your drop rate, so more of a reason to go for those bonuses. You can get a tasty bonus even if the player just likes the food, but the stat boost you receive isn't as much as a tasty bonus from a food that the character enjoys the most. Another note, try to avoid overfilling your team. It's much faster to keep feeding your team if they are close to full but not 100% full. Once you have fed your party, exit the cafe and follow the path shown to grab some frog noises. As stated previously, you only need to do a 6 reduction chain to decrease your fullness from completely full to completely empty, so only grab 6 frog noises. Once in the fight, spam your circuit breaker pins while holding down the charge for your psychic shotgun. The circuit breaker pins will force the enemies to remain in their position, making them unable to move. Move the player with the psychic shotgun in the area shown in the video and you should nearly wipe out all the enemies in one fell swoop. Now, I am playing on ultimate difficulty, But playing on the hardest difficulty does not speed up the farming process. I just wanted to get the extra experience points. If you're finding that it's taking too much time to defeat the enemies, feel free to lower your difficulty or add more attack boost threads. Once you've completed the chain, go back to Tower Records, then back to the Scramble Crossing to reset the frog noise. Finally, go back to Hachinko Cafe and repeat the process. Once you have maxed out a single stat for a character, try to change the character's food to the next food with the least amount of calories and that they enjoy the most. If this is no longer possible for your character in this restaurant, then just try to find the next best food that the player likes and that accounts for a stat that you need to farm. For example, let's say Rindo's defense stat is maxed out after making him consume lots of the iced cafe beverages, and I still need to increase his HP and attack stats. I could switch foods to the BLT sandwich, which accounts for the stats mentioned. On top of this, you can see based upon Rindo's reaction that he still really enjoys the food, so I'm still maintaining the possibility of getting a big tasty bonus. If you come across a point where a single character has their stats completely maxed out, but your other characters still need to eat food, you can either swap out that character by talking to Hishima by the Hachinko statue in another day, or you can continue giving them food with the least amount of calories that they enjoy the most. While they won't benefit from the stat boosts anymore, they can still get drop rate increases from tasty bonuses. I hope this helps, and if it did, I would appreciate a like and subscribe. I plan to make more guides for this game in the future, so stay tuned for that and take care.